Advertisers shelled out nearly $8 million for a 30-second spot in last night's Super Bowl. And now it's time to Monday Morning Quarterback. Was it money well spent? Tim Calkins, Associate Chair of the Marketing Department and Clinical Professor of Marketing at Northwestern University, is with us via Zoom to talk about it. Professor, good morning.
Well, good morning. Great to be here.
It's nice to have you this morning. Let's dive right in. We're going to start with ads that you say worked. First up, Novartis. Let's take a look. Oh, wow. And now I'm watching some of these with you, Professor, and this one sets you up to think it's going one way and then switches up. What do you think stood out about this one?
Correct. Yeah, this was the top spot. So every year we get together a panel of our students here at Northwestern at the Calkins School of Management. We evaluate all the spots, which ones are going to really work. This was a spot that really seemed to stand out and work. So it did a couple things. Number one, it grabs your attention. You know, it's all about breasts and it's all going a certain direction. But then it pivots to this very serious message about the importance for breast screening and for mammograms. And it does what an ad really needs to do. It's different, grabs your attention, but then, very importantly, delivers the message.
Yeah.
And so that was an unexpected spot, but a big winner last night on the game, according to our panel.
Next up, Michelob, and that one had big stars, a paddle court. Take a look at this.
Would you consider playing us?
For the ultras.
Oh, we're kind of at a high level.
Fascinating.
You guys sure you want this?
Please serve.
So what's the strategy behind this one, Professor?
All right, so that's an entertaining spot. But what's important there is that ad is all about the product. I mean, you see Ultra all the way through the ad. And the whole thing is a setup. It's like Ultra is just that good that people are willing to fight for it. It's a nice link to pickleball and sort of the connection to their brand. Their brand's all about fitness and the link there. So it delivers a benefit, communicates the product is just that good, does it in a fun way, and the branding really comes across in that advertising. Yeah. That's another super effective spot that ran last night.
And funny. All right, and then finally, Google Pixel.
Multitasking. And I had to become really...
And we want to grab the tissues for this one, Professor.
Not bad, but try rephrasing your answer to sound more confident.
Right. Okay.
You can go on and talk about it, Professor. What worked in this one?
Yeah, so this is a very sweet spot from Google. Last year, they had the most effective spot on the Super Bowl, according to our panel. This year, they're back again, really celebrating fatherhood and celebrating, this individual turning his experience as a parent, get ready for a job interview. But the Pixel phone is there all the way along. And so you see it as part of that story. Really is a sweet story, brings you in, gets your attention, and then delivers the benefit about the brand. That's another really nice and effective piece of advertising. It leaves you feeling really good about Google.
Yep, yeah, it sure did. All right, so let's talk about the commercials that you think missed the mark. Tubi, and this is about a kid who literally wears his movie fandom on his head. And we're going to play it, and you can talk about it while it's rolling. What do you think didn't connect here?
Okay, so the problem here is the one of negative amplification. So, that's one of the things we always talk about, like what's going to stick with you when you see this piece of advertising. The problem here is that what really sticks with you is this very strange looking person with that very strange looking head, and then you're left with that as the image in your mind. What happens is the brand, Tubi, sort of gets lost and the benefit gets lost. And all you're really left with is this rather, unpleasant imagery. I can sort of see what they're trying to do. Didn't work, certainly not with our panel.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a little weird too. And then Coffee Mate, this is a little strange too with the tongue. What went wrong in this one?
This one is another example of negative amplification. Here, a different scenario though. This one, there it is, the tongue, right? And so what you're left with on this spot is really this vivid image of the tongue dancing around, but again, not directly related to the product and not delivering a benefit. You compare it to that Ultra spot. The Ultra spot was all about the product. This is all about the tongue. Less attractive, not going to work as well as a piece of advertising.
Yeah, you look at it, you're like, ugh. So big picture, in the streaming age, you got a lot of young viewers now who don't even know what commercials really are. So does that put even more pressure on advertisers to get it right in a moment like this?
Well, the Super Bowl is so unique. It's the one maybe the one time you can really be confident a huge number of people are going to see your message. So that's this amazing opportunity for the marketers, and they really want to put their best foot forward. Of course, it's also a little scary because you don't want to offend people.
Yeah.
And last night there was a real focus on safe advertising. These advertisers don't want to create problems, and Super Bowl ads can create problems if you offend people. Last night, though, in general, pretty safe, pretty solid group of advertising. A lot of traditional values, to be honest, coming across in that advertising. Overall, I would say the advertising was probably better than the football game.
Yeah.
Look at how things played out.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe bet. Professor Tim Calkins, really nice talking to you at Northwestern. Appreciate the time and insight. Nice watching these with you. Thank you, Professor.
There you go. A pleasure.
All right, have a good one.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.